This is a tutorial on how to add a reflection to sunglasses. So firstly, I'm just going to be dragging my images into Photoshop. This message might come up and just select OK. Both of my images are on my desktop, so they're easy to access. And then I'm just going to change the size of this image so it's less in my way. Then I want to change the opacity of this second image so that I can see the lady with the sunglasses behind this image, because this image is going to be our reflection. Then using Command T, I'm just going to drag the image towards the area of where the lady's sunglasses are and change the size down a little bit and sort of see which area I want to be seen in the lenses, which is a bit of the sphere and a bit of the top of the building. And I want a lot of sky, just, so it's a little bit more realistic. Then using the marquee tool, Command M, I'm just going to be selecting the area that I need in this edit. I don't really need the rest of the image, so I'm just going to go to select and then click inverse. Go to my eraser tool, click on my image. It'll ask me to rasterize the image and just click OK. And just erase the rest of the image that's just not really necessary in this tutorial. Then we want to go back to select and deselect. And then using Command J, we can make a copy of the image for our second reflection in our second lens and sort of position that in a slightly different place on the lens just to make it look a little bit realistic. And then the same as what we did with the other image, we want to find our selection tool, select the area that we don't really need and just click delete this time and it'll be gone. And then using Command G and selecting both of those layers, we can make a group with both of the layers so that they're both on the same layer. Clicking the eye, we can get rid of those, but they're still there, they're just hidden for now. Then we need to go over here and find our magic wand tool, click sample all layers, and using Shift, select the lenses of your model. Then if we show that layer again, we can see what part will be seen. Then click select and mask. And I chose my view mode to be this red colour, just so it was a little bit more obvious as to which area I'd selected. Then using the smooth option, we can sort of smoothen down the edges of our selection, just to make it a little bit more realistic and less harsh. Then for shift edge, it can sort of change the precision of our selection, just so that it's a little bit more precise and a little bit more realistic. Then we want to click OK. And then we want to go down here and click the layer mask button, and that will delete all the excess photo. Then we're going to make an adjustment layer, and we're going to go to levels, and we're going to make it a little bit darker. Not too dark though, and just sort of change the output levels a little bit, just so the image is a little bit faded. Just alter that to how you want. Then we're going to add another adjustment layer of the hue/saturation. We want to make sure that the little tick button, colorize, is selected. There we go, there. And you want to try and match the colour to what the lens previously was, so ours is a dark blue colour. So we're just going to make it a little bit more saturated to try and match that colour that we originally had on the original photograph. Change the lightness, the saturation and the hue until it doesn't have to be perfect, but until it's around about a similar shade. Then we're going to turn down the opacity so it's a little less harsh. Then we're going to add another layer mask and go over to our gradient tool, and we want to make sure that our gradient goes from black to transparent, which is that option there. We want to select one of our lenses and then go back to our gradient tool and start clicking outwards towards the middle part of the lens to make this sort of shadow. And you can just sort of choose where you want the shadow, where you think is most realistic, and then just select the other lens and do the exact same to that one to try and figure out where you want the sun to sort of hit your lens. Then we want to deselect that, just zoom out a bit, and you can see that it looks a lot more realistic now. Using our selection tool again, we want to add a bit of curvature to our image so that it looks like a lens. So we're going to go to Filter, Distort, and then Spherize. And we're just going to sort of dome the image just to make it look like a proper reflection in the sunglasses. And then we're going to do the same to the other side. And our settings will already be saved, so just select OK. And now this image is spherized, and this is our final product of the reflection in the sunglasses. So this is before and after.